Hello,
Hello,
Bria.
bro. Hello, Dr. Maxim. How are you, doctor?
I'm fine, thank you very much. And you?
Yeah,
Hello.
I'm good. Very well.
Perfect. So,
And I
hello,
miss
guys.
my practice.
Nice
Yeah,
to
yeah.
see you here.
Nice.
Yeah, it will be
So
nice
today,
live workshop, right?
yeah, we have a
Perfect.
workshop together.
hmm
And
Yeah,
also we
actually,
have a little bit discussion with you, Dr. Maxim.
yeah, the topic is about direct composite restorations for posterior teeth. The topic
Posterior. Okay.
that is that is very interesting for people. And actually, we discussed this topic slightly with Dr. Miguel Ortiz.
Oh,
From
yeah,
scientific
I know.
point of view and some clinical point of view. But today we decided with Gria, we decided to do a workshop, like a hands-on. So you'll be
Yes.
able, guys, to see clinical steps of two different techniques to layer directly composite, like incremental technique. And we will do
Yep.
also bulk fill technique with Gria.
Okay,
Perfect.
so before we started the demo, we discuss a little bit about posterior restoration, Dr. Maxim.
Yeah, for
So
sure, for sure,
I
for
will
sure.
ask you about this statement. You know, non-anatomy versus anatomy. So this is your works, your
Hmm.
very good works.
Did you
So how
steal my
about?
work or not?
Oh no, I'm just screenshot.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah,
Yeah, actually,
it's
the
okay,
question
brother.
is easy to answer.
Yeah.
Uh, we have to recreate what nature did for us, for humans. So basically, if we have anatomical surface, we have to, in our daily basis, we have to do pretty much the same as the nature did. Okay,
Yeah.
so this kind of restoration that you can see from the upper slide, we call, how do we call this type of restorations in Ukraine? It is like a
What? Thumbs.
fingerprint restoration, just like a one shot, 5 minutes, done.
5 minutes
Easy,
done. Oh, nice.
easy, and that's,
Thumbs stem.
yeah, one step technique, right?
Nice, nice.
Yeah,
So,
but we
so
have to
this is
understand why we do we need to do anatomy. Actually, it is important. Why do we need to do anatomy, my friend?
so this is not because of fancy, right? Because of a lot of
Exactly.
Instagram dentists always show their works about posterior. Why we need so do aesthetic? Why we need
Mhm.
do natural like a nature? Why? So this is the answer, right? So
The
I
answer,
agree
we
with
have
you.
we have to integrate our restorations into the functional environment. This is
Ah,
important.
okay. This is very important. Yeah, I know, I know. Nice, nice, nice. Thank you.
Yeah, it's
How
actually the
about
discussion for our audience, just to give them some tips and understanding. Why do we need to recreate anatomy? It's not because it's nice looking. It's not because we would like to highlight our skills to show off these
yeah,
pictures on
yeah,
Instagram or whatever. It is because we have to integrate our restorations into the functional envelope or functional environment. This is important.
So, Dr. Maxim, for this kind of restoration, so how do you spend the time for this case?
How long does it take?
Yeah, how long?
It depends, by the way, it depends. But I try to keep this type of restorations about half an hour, maybe 40 minutes. I
Oh,
try to
nice.
keep this time flow. And actually, it's a good question that you asked because let us be honest. Instagram dentistry or Facebook dentistry or YouTube
Yeah,
dentistry is a little bit fancy, and there are a lot of showcases there. It's
yeah,
good to have showcases because these showcases motivate us to be better. These
yeah,
showcases makes us to be depressed, sometimes impressed, sometimes depressed, because when you depressed, that means you feel yourself that you have to learn to do something similar, right?
yeah.
But
Nice.
but
But
we
what?
have to admire that sometimes these kind of cases, the showcases that may appear in social medias, they take a long time for operator to make all these fancy things
Yeah,
like
I know.
anatomy, fissures, etc. I know some people
Yeah,
that they do composite restoration for posterior teeth for one unit about 1.5, 2 hours.
yeah. I
I
know
know the
that.
guy who makes it for 3 hours. Imagine that. It's
Whoa.
nice. It's really, really artistic. It's really like a top
Yes, perfect,
level
perfect.
restoration. It's perfect, actually, yes. But it is not
Japanese
practical.
dentist, right? Japan dentist.
There are different ones. Don't just the Japan dentists. different ones. But actually, we have to do restorations in practical way. We have to integrate them into the biological environment. We have to integrate them into the functional environment, right? And we have to keep our time flow to be efficient in our daily flow. This is important. I'm going to show some tips today for people how they can actually save time for that type of restorations. You tell me how long it will take for you this type of restoration.
For me,
one
two. If I am recording and taking step by step full procedure, maybe for class 1 in a row, 2 units, maybe it takes 1 hour 30 lah.
Okay.
1 hour and a half.
It can be the same. Two units about 1 hour, 1 hour and a half roughly. If we film, we take pictures because we spend time also to do that type of documentation.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you for the answer, Dr. Maxim. So how about this kind of restoration? Stain or without stain?
You're asking me?
Yeah, I always ask you.
I can tell you. You know, why do we stain actually? We stain just to satisfy our ego. Okay? Because
correct.
We as dentists, we can understand these nice stained fissures. Actually, it gives you some kind of 3D effect.
3D effect. Yeah,
it gives you 3D effect. It highlights anatomy. We love it. But 99.9% of my patients, if I will show them that type of restoration, they will kill me.
Yeah, I know that.
They will definitely kill me. So you know what I do? If I do showcase just for presentation or to post this into the Instagram or whatever, I can do slide staining just to make dentists love it. Okay, but for patients, I do non-stained restoration. Like a 90%.
Okay. Agree. I'm same with you, brother. So how about rubber dam? I know you are a rubber dam master. It's
not a question for me, my friend. I was born with rubber dam. You know, even my hands are with rubber dam. You see,
I love
I
your
do hands-on with rubber dam.
So which your favorite clamp for your daily practice, and also the sheet of the thickness for the rubber dam?
Look, I have some sets for the rubber dam clamps.
Oh, nice.
It is not just one favorite; it's a multiple. I love to work with, for example, Brinker clamps from Hygienic. I love them.
Coltin, right?
Yeah, exactly, Coltin. Also, I very like to work with KSK, the Japanese Dentin clamps. The quality of the metal is outstanding. So they are two of my favorite brands, the KSK and Hygienic.
Nice. How about the thickness?
Regarding the thickness of the rubber dam, it depends on procedure. For example, if I do restorations, direct, class 1 or whatever, I prefer to go for a thick one. But if thick, yes. Endodontic treatments, thick. Class 1 restorations, thick. Class 2 restorations can be thick or medium. But for cementation procedures, I prefer medium one. Rather than thick, because what I noticed with a thick rubber dam membrane for cementation procedure, it ties and it moves teeth a little, just a few microns, and you may lose interproximal contact.
I know that.
Or interproximal contact may be too tight in that case. So this is what I found with a thick rubber.
Nice tips.
And you, what do you like to work with? Which type?
Okay, I will answer the same like you, brother. I always use thick one for direct restoration, and also my favorite clamps. I always use the wingless. Okay, the brand I have a Huvridy and also KSK. I'm not using Hygiene. I have a Hygiene for blinker clamp only.
Me too. I just use Brinkers from the Hygienic, and that's it.
Nice. And for restoration, sometimes I'm using medium, and sometimes I'm using thick. It depends the situation. If I have a subgingival situation, deep cavity, I recommend you to use the thick one, because the thick one, it's not easily to tear. Sometimes you prep the margin, or you can prep the cavity. If the burr is touching your rubber dam, it will be not easily to tear. That's good.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. One more tip: you have to use electric motor, increasing handpiece, and medium grit burr, and you can touch rubber dam during preparation.
Nice. But actually, Dr. Maxim, I don't have electric handpiece. Maybe next I will
Really,
purchase.
you have to,
Yes.
my friend. You have to. You will
Yeah.
find
Okay.
it. It's really nice for preparations.
Okay.
It's outstanding.
Nice. Okay. Let's
Yeah.
talk about this. This is so many questions for dentist. Total age or selective age?
Oh
What do you
yeah,
think?
we had about 1 hour with Ortiz. And we had about 1 hour with Pascal Manier.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
And
know that.
still,
Very nice.
still
Lot
we
of
don't have
viewers.
exact answer for that. It depends on your style of workflow. Both
Both good.
systems both work in
Okay.
proper way.
Nice.
Okay, both work.
Okay.
Just let's make it simple.
Okay. Make it
Selective
simple.
edge, it's easier and it's more, how to say, it is more comfortable for dentists in
Yeah.
order to get less postoperative sensitivity. This is the thing.
Yeah. Post op sensitivity. Yeah, I do. I agree. How about the bonding system? Is it same?
Look, I'm a dinosaur. I prefer the two bottle system. I prefer that
Oh,
classic
gold standard, right?
golden standard. But actually, I have also some kind of universal systems that I can use
Scotch
for
bond.
simple cases. It's like
3M
it doesn't matter, 3M or Dentsply or Bisco.
or
They,
Bisco.
all of them,
Okay.
they're pretty nice ones. Yeah, but I prefer the classic one, fourth
Classic.
or sixth generation. Yeah, it takes more
Nice,
time, but it
nice,
gives me
nice.
confidence in terms of results that I have. And
So you already see with the microscope, right?
I can see with a microscope, and I also can see my long-term results because I start
Oh,
to
nice,
utilize
nice.
Optimon FL since 2000, I think 9 or 10. So basically, I have about 9 or 10
Oh,
years follow-ups utilizing these
nice.
bonding systems.
So for
And it's
me,
nice.
I
It works.
use one bottle mostly. I'm using one bottle
Mm,
because
okay.
here in Indonesia, I don't know, the Optibone FL is so expensive, brother.
It is expensive, right? It is
Yeah,
expensive. But
but
actually, to be honest, it is more important how do you use bonding systems
hmm,
instead of what type of bonding system you use. Because, for example, if I
yeah.
will be like 10 years back in governmental hospital, because I was
Okay.
working in governmental hospital,
Oh,
and somebody
nice.
gave me, for example, Optibon FL, I will have bad results because I didn't use rubber dam isolation that time.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah,
not
yeah.
able to understand the proper
Pro
procedures of the implementation, and I had
the
only 20
protocol,
minutes
right? The
per
protocol.
patient.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So now, once you have time, when you are using rubber dam, steps, you understand how it is important. Everything will work. If one model system will work in proper way, it will work for
Okay.
sure.
Yes, thank you for your answer. So how about the composite for posterior? Which you recommend?
To be
Do
honest,
you
doesn't matter. Doesn't
doesn't
matter. For
matter?
me,
All
it
good.
doesn't matter. You can use any composite you want. Nowadays, all these systems that we have on the market from different brands, they are pretty much the same, to be honest. The material, the BSGMA, the resin-based material, it's almost the same. The difference
Same.
is how much it's filled, or it is. One is more softer, one is more harder, one is better in polishing, one is better for small increments, one is better for big increments. But at the end of the day,
Hmm.
we have to decide
Yeah.
composite or ceramic. It is
Okay.
more important because there are two different types of materials, two different types. But if we want to have composite and we would like to choose composite, my answer is take the one that you love to work with.
Oh, nice,
Actually,
nice, nice.
you may try several systems of composite materials, and then according to your hand feelings, For example,
Hmm.
I love to work with composite that keeps shape, which means I can
Shape.
layer it, then I can
Handling.
make a small fissures or whatever. And I
Yeah.
love if my composite keeps it. Because some composites that when you will do small anatomy in a few
Yeah,
few
yeah, yeah.
minutes, few seconds, it just
Setup.
not set up.
Oh,
It just melts, and you
no.
lose your
Okay, okay, okay,
anatomy.
okay.
So it's just up to you. It's up to you. It's
Okay,
not
okay.
like it's not a big problem to find out the one.
Okay, nice. So, another video. I have a video. So, incremental technique or backfill?
It's an interesting question. Incremental technique is
Just
classic one.
simple answer.
Incremental technique is classic. It shows you more let's say long runs, like more than 20
Yeah.
years on the market, and you can have a lot of good results. The bulk fill technique is available just 5 years. And it works also, we have to admire, it works also in certain clinical cases. But we cannot compare these two techniques because we don't have enough time of observation or follow-ups with bulk fill techniques. It's just 5 years.
Okay.
But incremental works more. It's more research, let's say. For the small cavities, I do bulk fill. If the cavity is larger, I do incremental technique.
Okay, nice.
Actually,
nice.
I will show you hybrid technique today. I use
Oh,
hybrid.
nice.
I use hybrid. It's not
So,
bulk fill or incremental. It is hybrid.
okay, another. This is last question maybe. How to measure that your feeling is not to be high point?
There are a few
This is
tips
a lot
for
of
that.
question about this.
Yeah, a lot of tips for that. A lot of tips. One of the tips I will show you during today's live demo, and another
Oh,
tips.
nice.
Look, you can. There are many tips. First, you can just check the occlusion before you start restorations.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
with
that's why
articulator paper, you can have these spots, and then you keep these spots. Okay.
Yeah.
Another thing, what you can do also, if you have multiple units to be restored, and if the cavity is a big, let's say, you don't have a lot of landmarks. What you can do, you can take antagonists. So basically, you take impression from the antagonists. Okay, the partial impression. Then you fill this partial impression with provisional material, like Pro-Temp, for example. Then you take them out and you have antagonists, okay, in your hands. When you do layering of the multiple units, then you can just check the occlusion with antagonists.
Oh my God, nice.
Did you know this trick or not?
Yeah.
Do you know this trick?
I don't know. I just know from you.
See?
Good,
I will give you also some tips today.
You are so good, man. Okay, let's start to the live demo. Okay.
Okay. Perfect.
Shall we? Already 20 minutes, so I will end the live before 1 hour. Maybe I will take another live because we will do question and answer. Okay. So now already 20 minutes. So let's go to prepare the demo. Okay.
No, no worries. So actually, guys, we will show you today two different techniques. Gria will show you incremental, classic technique. I will show you hybrid technique.
Yes.
And I think you will have a lot of tips and tricks from both of us. So basically, you are very lucky to be here with us these days and during this lockdown period, like quarantine. We can learn a lot from many doctors and professors.
I will put my phone into my scope, okay?
Okay, perfect. Look at his adapter. Wow.
This is from CG Optic.
Yeah, my phone is already on the scope, by the way. See, you can see my ocular here. See, this is my scope.
Oh, yeah.
I will just change the camera this way. Done. Now I have
done. Oh my God, it's so simple.
So simple. Now I'm here. Now I'm back.
Okay. Oh, so you're using handscoon, yeah? Maybe
Sorry?
I will handscoon. You're using glove?
Try again. What did I use?
Are you using gloves?
Yeah,
because I'm not using gloves. It's okay, yeah?
It's for no problem. You know, by the way, I feel myself more comfortable with gloves.
Okay.
I started dentistry with gloves, so the gloves become my second skin. It's easier for me.
Okay, so what we do now? Do you already bonding?
I put bonding, yeah. I light cure my bonding agent.
Okay, I am not yet, but I will put my bonding. So this is my bonding agent. Yeah, I'm using Disco.
Okay.
And before bonding, I'm using etch first, yeah. But we not etching right now, okay?
Yeah.
So you can see clearly my view.
Yeah, nice, perfect.
No blur. Okay.
Nothing. Very nice.
Okay, let's try. Okay. So after bonding, we need to air thin, right? Make it thinner. Blow with.
I think that today we will not discuss bonding procedure in details because it may take a lot of time because there are a lot of tips and tricks with the bonding procedure.
Yeah, I know.
Starting from putting the primer or adhesive, light curing, drying. There are a lot of many simple steps, but I think we will concentrate more today for layering procedures.
Okay.
Yeah, but guys, you have to work with bonding agent in proper way. You have to work with bonding agent in proper way. It's very important, super important.
Okay, so let's go started. What you will put first on the base? Do you put
Yeah,
flowable?
if we have in such a cases we have pretty much dentin exposure. So before I will start my restoration, I will do some thin layer of flowable composite.
Okay.
In this case, I will put flowable, like any flowable you want, but actually you can use bulk fill flowable composites, or in my case now I will use something like what's
SDR from Dentsply.
It is SDR. So actually you can use this SDR for liner base. I'm not using this material as the bulk fill material. I'm not going for the like full dentin restoration. I will just make it like a up to 1 millimeter thickness, just a thin one.
Okay, let's do it together.
Yeah, so we just put some flow as the liner base. Okay, then actually I'm using a periodontal probe, and I spread in gentle movements all this material to expose dentin, not just at the floor, but also at the walls. So I put some material to the walls as well before dentin enamel junction. So I just keep it exactly where dentin is.
So we just doing like this, right? So to keep no gap airflow, right?
We are trying to avoid air bubbles, and also this thin layer of flowable composite is like adaptive layer. It takes some polymerizing stress from regular composite. That is, so it is important.
Okay. I agree with you.
Another thing that we have to say is once you applied flowable composite, you spread it, and then you keep it few seconds to self adaptation.
Oh, okay.
And then we light cure. So we keep it just few seconds for self adaptation.
Yeah, 1 second. Yeah. Okay.
Like
don't
2 seconds.
Don't
2-3 seconds.
Don't in hurry, right?
Yeah. You apply, then you have to give time for the flowable for self adaptation. It is also important. And then you light cure, right?
After flow, you need to put some dentin layer, or how to measure that we enough enough to add dentin? How to measure that?
In my case, I use periodontal probe for the measurements. I always use this instrument for the measurements.
So you can see how many millimeters that you have.
It is 0.5. It is 0.5. I mean, the periodontal probe that I'm using is from Hufridi. This is a really good one.
Oh, very nice.
It gives you 0.5 measurements. It is super important. I use this probe for everything, for preparation,
nice.
how to say, measurements, for that type of measurements, and so on. Regarding the thickness of the dentin and enamel, it depends on what type of composite you are using. If you use classic composite like dentin, which is saturated and opaque, and enamel, I think you have to keep about 1 millimeter or 0.7 millimeters for a final layer of enamel.
Okay.
If you use bulk fill procedure and your material as the bulk fill is transparent or translucent, then you have to layer over with more opaque material as the last layer. So in this case, I keep 1.5 millimeter for my last layer.
Okay.
So
you can measure.
And you, what do you use for that?
So for me, I'm just using my filling.
Your fillings. Okay. You are special.
Or I can use my brush. Okay. I measure like this. If my brush
Gria is special, by the way. He has 3D orientation.
No.
I'm not so. I want to measure with some instruments.
So I can use my sorry, I can use my microbrush like this. If my microbrush already, maybe already, you know,
Inside.
or yeah, inside like this, maybe I can stop the fill the dentin. So same like you're using probe, right?
I use periodontal probe, right?
But
So you can start
more
layering your
precisely.
dentin.
Okay.
Let's
I'll
go
start
for the
with my
dentin.
So for me, this is my dentin layer.
Okay.
So how you keep your instruments is not stick with the composite? You always clean like this? Always clean it?
Instrument has to be clean. And also one thing I work with that type of instruments. They have Teflon coverage. They are from Frida also. So
really,
they are more, they're less sticky. They're less sticky. They still have sticking effect, but not that much as the regular one. But yes, instrument has to be clean.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. So I do it like this.
You have to be careful with sneezing during these days, you know. Otherwise, you will be put into the quarantine more time.
No. It's okay.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, it's okay, brother. I'm fine.
Yeah, I know.
So
I know
do you have emergency case?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
But we can
don't
treat our patients. We can treat emergency cases, right?
So at this point, I'm not using any brush for adapted the dentin, just like this. Using brush for your dentin?
No, actually, I'm using packer, like similar as you have.
Okay. So this is gonna be my dentin. And then mostly I'm mapping. And sometimes I do mapping in here. Yeah, to create the line for make sure that you can put any kind of thin colors like a brown or yellow. But for mostly in my case, I'm not doing that because
yeah, me too. It's time consuming and it doesn't give you a really big value. It does not increase the quality of your work.
Yeah.
So you just layer it like a one piece, like you showed it, right? This is the way you do.
Yeah.
Okay, let me show you a very, very important tip. So since you are light curing, I will put some dentin also. Basically, I'm using bulk fill for that. As we decided, I will show bulk fill.
3M
technique. It doesn't matter 3M or doesn't matter. It's bulk fill, okay? And this classic bulk fill material is a little bit transparent, okay? It is really a little bit transparent. But you can layer this one in a big portion, which is good because you can save some time.
Yeah.
Because you can save some time. The monomer that is inside shrinks less, so it is a specific shrinkage in that type of material, so we can use them in a pretty big layer. Okay. So first we pack. This is super important. You have to pack with that type of instrument. We discussed this with Miguel Ortiz. So before I will light cure this material, I will have to pack it, which actually we do massage. And we do adaptation test. The adaptation test is the one which you can, once you pack it and then you try to remove composite from the cavity and it stays there. There is deformation. But if adaptation is poor, when you are trying to take composite out, the full layer goes out from the cavity. This is bad thing because during polymerizing, it will be shrinkage. And the composite will be detached from the floor, from the walls, and patient will have post-operative sensitivity. So basically, let's say we finished our packing, then I take my periodontal probe, and then I measure. And then I measure for that type of material that, as I said, it is transparent, okay? It is translucent, sorry. I have to have a 1.5 millimeter for my opaque material that I will use as the final layer. So basically, I use my periodontal probe inside. I make a groove. I make a
Okay.
groove.
Okay.
Then I cut excess from the dentin.
And then?
It's too much. Okay. According to the classic protocol for bulk fill materials, I can light cure right now, but I don't
Yep.
like to do this way because there is a C factor, and it is
Oh,
potential
yeah,
risk
C factor.
of the problem of the shrinkage problem or whatever. So before light curing, I split the portion.
Okay.
I
Okay,
split
nice.
the portion, the bulk portion, into small increments. Look.
Very nice.
Okay, so now you know what I have now.
Yeah, you have like
I have 1, 2,
matrix
3, 4, 5 portions.
cups. Yeah.
That is incremental technique, by the way, because in classic way you have to layer all these portions separately. For example, you layer this one, you light cure. You layer this one, you light cure.
Like
You layer this one, you light cure, and so on. In this case, you decrease C factor. This is classic way to do composite layering. It is also important. Otherwise, you may have deep bonding. You may have open gap for bacteria because of the shrinkage, because of the C factor or whatever. But in this case, since I have them splitted, when I light cure, they are light curing now separately as the 5 separate portions. So this is the this is the trick that you also have to use, because if you will use like a one bulk layer, it's a C factor. It is C factor.
So my dentin is wrong.
It's risky, let's say. It's not wrong, but it is risky that you may have the attachment from one of the walls. It can be because of the shrinkage, because of the C factor. It's classic information that we have to understand.
Okay, nice.
Okay,
nice
then Enamel, let's go.
Okay, let's go Enamel. So I will create incremental, yeah, one by one. So usually, for me, I doing like this. Okay. Okay.
Nice.
So I create 1 cups in lingual, distal lingual, like this, and then I always adapt it well. Yeah, adapt it well. Push, and then I have an excess, and then I remove the excess on the top of occlusal. See.
Nice. This is good instrument. I like the shape of the instrument.
Thank you. I'm using Cosmodent, by the way.
It's nice quality.
Yeah. So I remove the excess. See, I remove it.
So you use tips of the cusps as the guidelines to remove the excess. Yeah, this is a good tip, by the way. It's a very good tip.
And then sometimes I'm using plastic instrument to make a line like this.
Nice.
Yeah. Just make gaps or same like you, but one by one. Like this. Careful for the hair. Yep.
Yeah, actually, in my environment, I will have also some hairs because it's not clean. It's not like in my
And then, so now I will using this one. Do you know this one?
Modeling liquid.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm using this to make my composite smooth and adapt it well. So, but don't too much. Yeah, just a little bit. A little bit. Yeah. So many dentists ask me about how we put bonding. How we put bonding in the brush. Is it good or no? What do you think?
The regular bonding agent, you mean?
Yes, like a Scotch bond, like a...
If it's one bottle system, it has solvent.
Yeah, I know
if you use universal adhesives, they have also acid pH, which is not good, and they have HEMA, which can be discolorated, which is not very good. So basically, if you use classic adhesive system like 2-bottle, which is primer separately and adhesive separately, you can use second bottle easy. Or you can
Second
use
bottle
unfilled
is
resin.
adhesive, right?
It's adhesive. It's not filled resin, yeah, or filled if you use Optibond.
Nice. Okay.
But yeah, if you use 1-bottle system, it's better to use unfilled resin as you showed.
Okay, so 1 cups finish.
Nice, very nice.
And then like here.
Perfect. Let me show you a tip. How do we decide how much liquid do we need for the brush? How do we decide if it's enough or not enough or too much? So let me just show you this. This is my my gloves.
Your gloves, okay.
Okay, this is my brush with the liquid. So when I start to move, you see it's too much. So I can continue moving my brush all over my glove or all over rub it down, which is clean. And then if I cannot see sides, if I cannot see sides,
it means
compare this and this. So in this case, now it's enough. It is enough. And then look what happens with the brush. It becomes like a blade, you see?
Sharp.
It's flat here,
sharpened.
and it is sharp here. And then you can use it for the modern.
Oh, very nice. Good tips.
Okay.
I love you, Dr. Maxim.
Me too. I love you also, my friend. This is live broadcast full of love. Full of love.
Yeah. Someday we will meet together.
For sure, we have to. Okay, let me show you the way. You will continue with the cusps, but the way I will do like a bulk method. First of all, we have a pretty thick and wide grooves here. Okay, and it will depend what type of composite you will use later on. If you use soft composite, when you will press it, when you will pack it, it will fill all these grooves. If your composite is stiff, it's better now to fill these grooves with a thin layer of flowable composite. Okay, like a bulk fill, for example, light cure, and then you go with your regular composite, let's say.
Okay.
I will skip flowable again. You can fill these grooves with a flow, light cure, and then go. Or if your composite is soft, I mean the enamel composite is soft, you can start to do just packing, and it will be filled with soft composite. So I will take the enamel. Actually, it's not enamel in my case, because a bulk fill that I used as the Dentin base is translucent, and I have now material that is slightly opaque. So basically, you can use body shade. Okay, not enamel, not Dentin. In this case, I prefer to use body shade. In patient cases. So I will take the pretty big portion of that material. Okay, and then again, pack. This is important. So I spend a lot of time with packing, a lot of time of massaging.
So we need to be patient, right?
Yeah, with composite you have to, because if you will not have a good adaptation of composite now on the peripheral aspect of enamel, when you light cure, because of the shrinkage, you will have this white line afterwards, and then it will be discolorated, and then bacteria may go inside. You will get some secondary carriers or whatever. So you have to be patient with composite, as you said, right? You have to be. So you pack. In my case, I will have to pack it really strongly down just to fill the grooves that I have from the Dentin. Okay, and then look what I do. I just take this instrument and I start to pack, to make a massage all over the margins that I have here on the enamel. Okay.
So your technique, it's more, I think it's more faster than me.
So look what was next. Now it's a tip. This is the tip as you showed with one layer, but I will show this tip with all this big layer that I have. So look at the tooth. We have tips of the cusps. Okay, we have slopes. Okay,
Yeah.
so now we put our instrument exactly on the tip of the cusp and on the slope. But before, we'll
Okay.
virtually divide our composite into two parts, buccal and palatal. Buccal and palatal, just half, virtually. So I put my instrument this way to the half,
Okay.
touching the tip and the slope, and then I just start to move my instrument all over the anatomy. So my anatomy of the tooth is guiding me, is guiding my instrument. So I'm just taking my instrument, sliding all over the natural anatomical
Nice,
landmarks. Same with the palatal. You put down, it's about 45 degrees, it's not exactly 45 degrees, but it's just approximately. So we go this way, we put the instrument down, and then you go. Basically what we are doing right now is just removing, we are removing excess of material.
Yeah, removing is important. So after removing, you will have a good adaptation for your composite, right?
Also,
So
yeah, we have good adaptation, exactly. And then you will have what? And you will have less time spending for occlusal correction, because everything now is taken out.
Yeah.
Okay, so just look what will happen afterwards. Once we removed the measure axis,
yeah,
following the anatomy as the tooth has, we actually created, look, we created primary anatomy.
Okay,
it's almost done. You see, actually I can do it right now and everything will be fine in terms of occlusion, in terms of integration. So it is easy way to do direct posterior restoration, and this technique will save you a lot of time. But we are crazy dentists. We want to have this nice thing. So before light curing, I take my sharp instrument, make the central fissure here.
Yes.
Then I move it up between buccal cusps. Then I move it forward.
So that's your instrument. It's U3D, right?
It's a U3D also, yeah. Then I move it slightly here. Okay. Then we make oblique fissure in distal area.
Okay.
And then we just make we highlight the slope. So we push here, moving the slope to periphery. Also this one, the oblique ridge, which is important because of occlusion.
Exactly. So if is it okay if I always use my brush? Yeah, I always use my brush to make my composites smooth, adapted well. Is it okay or not? For your opinion.
To be honest, it's okay. It's not a big problem. Yeah, it's okay. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. It's not a big deal.
Okay. So your composite, it's a bulk fill, right? Be careful, you will set it.
No, this is not bulk fill now. It is not bulk fill now. It is body shade. Now it's body shade. Bulk fill was the first one. The first layer was bulk fill. Now I have the regular body shade just because it's more opaque.
Yep.
I'm also using brush just to make composite more smoother.
Yeah.
And then this instrument just to highlight some secondary anatomy if needed. Redefine fissures. If we lose fissure because of the brush, sometimes it happens.
Yep.
And actually that's it. We can light cure and it's done.
Wow.
My layers are also splitted. You see now with the light, my layers are splitted.
Yeah, I know.
Splitted. Nice. So basically there is no C factor effect again because I split my portions of composite. Okay, and anatomy is fine. Actually, I can keep it's like that for the patient. But if you made, because I make these fissures pretty deep, I make them deep. Okay, if you make them
Yep.
deep, it may be a problem with a food infection. So what we can do is just to fill them with a little bit of flowable composite, or with stain if you want, or with a stain. If you want to use stain, you can just fill it with a slightly stain. I will show you stain. Once you will finish, I will show you a stain, because there is a small tip that I learned from Jordi Manauta from Style Italiano.
Layers,
very
right?
Nice tip. And very nice tip. Yeah, you can just put a little bit of flowable before you put stain into the fissure with a file or with a thin instrument.
Okay, nice. So is it okay if you're using flowable, not stain color?
Yeah, why not? You can use flow, highly filled flow. It doesn't matter, by the way. You can use any flow you want, because your material, your flow material, will be not in occlusion here, because you are inside the fissure, so no, nothing will happen.
Okay.
My beautiful hairs here also. I don't need to use stain. I can use hair.
Yeah.
You use file also for the modeling, right?
Yeah, I use file.
Very nice, very nice. Which composite is this one?
Harmonize from Curve.
The new one?
Yep, the new one.
Okay. Nice.
I try many composite. But my favorite is Tokuyama.
Estelite.
Tokuyama, Estelite, yeah. And also Asteria, the new one.
Asteria. Okay, nice.
Japan brands.
Yeah, actually, in my case, you know what I made? I made some mistake here. I don't make the oblique ridge, this one.
That's okay lah.
I didn't make it correctly, this one. So in this case, what you can do, we can just add a little bit of composite here.
Yeah,
just a little bit of composite, just to add a slight, very small portion, and it will be over.
Yes. So, Dr. Maxim.
Yeah, my friend.
So, for you, there is no specific composite that you always do on your clinic.
For that type of restoration, I'm using 3M materials, like bulk fill, as the same as you saw today. The bulk fill for the base, and then I use the Filtech.
Filtech, yeah.
Filtech Ultimate Body Shade.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, I'm just highlighting this oblique ridge to make it more
correct.
Correct, yeah, to make it more correct. So you can add some portions afterwards. Anyways, before you decide that you have to take out Rabidem and just to check occlusion, I'm taking mirror. I take my mirror, I check from the few directions. And if I see that there is not enough volume of material, I can just add, as you can see, with a small layer as here. Just a small layer.
Before remove the Rabidem, right?
Before remove the Rabidem, yeah. Because once you remove the Rabidem and then you decide that you have to add,
that's
not a good idea. Yeah, so actually now it's better. Look, the ridge now is
nice. Very nice.
More better.
So, Dr. Maxim, tell me your academy. I wish I can attend your academy.
Come. Once this fucking lockdown will be over, you'll be my guest. You will have to come.
Okay, I will, brother.
You will have to come.
I know you for a long time, since you in microvision.
Yeah, it's a long time ago.
Yeah, I love you because you have a YouTube also. I learn a lot from you.
Thank you, my friend. I'm learning from you also, with all your tips that you share on your Instagram. Some small things I learned. I also pick up some small things from all of you guys. Yeah, definitely. definitely. So let me just show you some tints, because I think that we
Okay.
will be out of time very soon, and I will just you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
continue with your layering, and I will continue with my things. I think it will be nice for people to see both at the same time.
Yes.
So as I mentioned, I can put some very small piece of flowable composite inside the fissures, a very super thin.
Yep.
I'm also using file for that procedure. I use this instrument just to deliver,
Yeah.
and then I use file, which is thinner,
Okay.
and I can just put everything inside.
Nice. So which file number?
It's number 10.
Number 10. Okay.
And you?
I'm using spreader number 15, the white one.
Okay.
Spreader.
So basically,
There is.
for 90% of my patients, I will light cure this and let my patient go home. That's it. But
Yeah.
we are crazy ones, you know. We will use some stain just to make it beautiful for dentist's eye.
Yeah.
For dentist's eye, like this.
For fun. Oh, nice.
Just
so
chocolate.
I have a ochre color. Ochre color.
Okay,
I
from
think
which brand? From which brand?
ochre from Ivoclar.
Okay, nice.
Ochre, I think, yeah, it's not so brown. I think it's better to using ochre. So it looks like a staining.
Now it looks like shit, you see?
Okay, brother, we have 4 minutes.
4 minutes. Okay,
Yeah.
we will be rushing. So look what I can do. I can take out
Okay.
the major
Oh,
axis with this,
cotton pellet.
or with the micro brush first, just to take out the major axis with a micro brush. But sometimes you keep a mess after micro brush. You see, you can keep some mess on your composite here.
Yeah.
With micro brush, so it will not look nice. So then
Yes.
I take this the cotton pellet,
Cotton
the
pellet.
small one,
Yeah.
and I will clean
Oh,
everything
nice.
around.
Oh, because of cotton pellet, it's bigger, yeah. So they
Yeah,
will not.
it's bigger, and then you can press also with your tweezers.
Ah. See, I have a ochre.
I will show you what type of stain I'm using. Also nice one. Yeah, and I don't like that much stain, to be honest. So basically what I
Yeah,
can
me
do, I
too.
can take a brush and just take out from the fissure. So I will just keep just a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah.
So that will not look like caries. It will look like stain.
Yeah,
not
like
caries.
a line, yeah, like a hairline.
Like a hair, yeah.
But for the first
Wow,
time,
wow, my friend, very nice anatomy you made. Very nice, I love it.
you too, brother.
Very nice. So that's it.
So
just
we have a different style, but it's the same results. Yeah, I love you. So, Dr. Maxim, we will end first, and then we will continue. Okay?
With a Q&A?
Yeah, Q&A.
Okay. So
And also, don't
not
release
bad,
the. Not bad. That's good.
Not bad.
Very nice. Let's take a screenshot. 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Me too.
So,
okay, nice.
so I will end first, and then we will continue. Okay?
Look, I add the light. Now let's do another.
Ah,
I add the light from the microscope now.
Nice. 1, 2, and 3. Yes. Okay, brother. I will end first, and then I will continue back. I will go back. Okay?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Ah,
high hand.
yes. Nice. Nice restoration, brother.
You too. You are very nice. Your hands are very nice. Very smooth, detailed. You know, movements like nice.
You too, brother. So let's question and answer.
Yeah, let's do some.
I will turn off the comment, right? So we will see the
Look,
question
my
and answer.
friend. Look how
Oh my
beautiful he is.
God.
Eh? Look.
Very good. Oh my God. Nice, nice, nice. Speechless. You're so talented, brother.
And it is easy. You see, then when you
Yeah.
look, I have to say that because all these tips I learned from other people. It's not like I something invented here. So the tip to split the portions before light curing is from Didier Dici. It's an amazing one. It saves a lot of time. It saves a lot of time. By the way, we will have live with Dici in 2 days. Join us because we will have a nice discussion with him. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
The way to remove the excess with the instrument following the cusps was from Jordi Manauta. I learned this from this guy. Okay.
Yeah.
So there are many some kind of things that I learned also from other people for sure.
Yeah. But now I learned from you, bro. So
Thank you.
how to build cups properly if you are not doing only? Maybe this is not the same topic, right?
I think you have to do only.
How to control the occlusion?
You can use a matrix or you can use some wax up as the reference, you know, to make a silicone stand. But yeah.
Okay, so
how to control occlusion?
Control occlusion.
Yeah, I think that we told this before you start restoration. You can do a checkup with the occlusion mark to see marks, and then during layering procedure, during layering procedure, you put the instrument.
Nice.
And then you just follow the natural anatomy. You follow natural anatomy, okay? You follow natural anatomy.
Like you said, right? Okay.
Yeah,
nice,
like
very
here,
nice, very nice.
Here. See, there is a fissure here, so you go, you slide. So this is the way, okay? And then you remove the major excess, and then your occlusion will be okay.
Nice, nice.
You will have still to do some adjustments, but not a lot.
Not a lot, yeah. It saves time, right?
Yeah, many times, but a lot of time.
So,
saves a lot of time.
Can the cotton pellets stuck after curing since it's used to remove the stain? Yeah. Maybe
it can at the surface. It's not a big problem.
Our polishing it will disappear, right?
Exactly. Because you finish your layering. It's done completely, and it was light cured. By the way, the final layer of composite was light cured. So I used the cotton pellet just to remove stain, and if I have still some hairs, just brush it. That it will disappear.
Gone. Okay. If you don't use stain, is it must to use flowable same?
If fissures are deep like that, it's better to fill them at least by half with flow. But if your fissures are like this,
it will be
need to fill.
No
but
need,
if they are like that,
already tight contact.
It's not like this. It's not a big deal.
Okay, nice. How about this? Do you hit the composite?
Me not.
No. Same.
Recently I did. Now I don't.
Okay. Polymerizing a vast area, could it make more contraction or not? Or same?
Polymerizing a vast area. I don't understand what does that mean.
Maybe if you only 2 seconds. Not.
I just tap cure. Actually, you look when you do layering. When you, when you do this incremental technique, when you do one cusp, then another. In this case, you can do 2 seconds or 3 seconds. One layer, 3 seconds, 4 seconds. Yeah. You do 1, 2, 3, and then after you go for full time of polymerizing. In that time, this way you can save some time also.
Okay. Now I will put on the new one. Polishing tools.
You show. You have really nice polishing tools. You show.
Polishing tools. Yeah, I'm using this one. I cannot show from the microscope.
I will show to people my working place.
Oh, very nice. So I'm using if from Germany, and sometimes I'm using enhance to reduce the cups like this. But this is nice because
This
I
is
love
Eve.
the
It's
yeah,
Eve, right?
Eve, yeah.
Eve. Wow, I love them also. Very nice ones. Very
Yeah,
nice.
Eve and enhance.
I'm using the same, by the way. And
Nice,
Softflex discs to
Softflex
interproximal areas. Yeah, if you
interproximal
have
for
class
class
2.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Nice.
So
I have
how
the same.
about this one?
Maxim's polishing tools. The same. I use the same, but also some from time to time. It's difficult to find these Eve instruments in Ukraine. So
Yeah.
I can say that I will show you some.
Yeah, sure.
These ones from the spirals from
3M.
They're also nice, but I love Eve a little bit more than these ones. But these are also nice ones, not bad.
Yeah.
Enhance, and then we go with these polishing rubbers. I'm not using paste, by the way, anymore for posterior compounds.
Same.
I'm not using paste.
So what brand staining do you use?
Yeah, I promised to show. This is one of the best, I think, because I tried also many.
What else?
This from Inspiro. From Didier Dici. This is highly filled one. By the way, I saw that you used flowable from Micherium.
Yes.
Yeah. You used flowable from Micherium. It is highly filled flowable composite, by the way. It's pretty strong. Yeah, it's a nice one. And these stains that I showed you, they are the same like these ones. So it's normal, hard, highly filled, stained composite. This is what I'm using for staining.
So how we
sterilize
the brush?
Like this.
Yeah.
Like this, yes.
With alcohol, right?
With alcohol. In Ukraine, we drink a lot, by the way. So we just drink, and then and that's it.
Yeah.
So
you're so funny guy. Yeah.
Actually, you can put these brushes. We can use it like a single one because I'm not using the one that you showed. I use these ones. Look.
What do you have?
I use.
Okay. It's for painting.
It's for painting. It's like
nice.
10 cents only. The
10
price.
cents. Very
10
cheap.
cents. So
nice.
you can use it. You can use them single. See, it's like a single use. Or this is for nail masters. Look.
Oh yeah, I see. Nail art brush. Oh, you are so clever. So for me, I'm using the GC because you can remove the tips like this.
Yeah, nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Followable
This one
composite
also.
and
See,
that's from Style Italiano, right?
No, it's our Ukrainian one. Look.
Oh, Belograd Academy. Yeah.
But if you want to keep them clean, you can put these brushes into alcohol, or the liquid that you use to clean the surface, like where is it? Bacillol, not bacillol, like bacillol or whatever. So this one.
I will screenshot. Okay, nice.
This is they're very powerful disinfection, so you can put your brush in there. It dissolves the resin.
The brush. Oh, the resin.
So it will be disinfected. Let's say it will be disinfected.
Oh, nice. Okay, flowable composite and the restoration won't broke. What is your opinion?
Why it should broke?
I don't know. Maybe some people thinks that flowable is not strength.
It's
some
wrong.
people.
Yeah, it's wrong. It's like adaptive layer. It will not break. No.
Okay, let's go. Another question. Oh my God, so many questions, Dr. Maxim.
Look, my friend, you have
100.
You have to come here. You have to be here.
Oh, soon.
You have to be here, my friend.
After Corona shit over.
Yeah. Then we'll take picture together here with dental wings.
Yeah, and also your Star Wars.
Yes. Where is he? It's here.
I know a lot. Oh, yeah. I know that.
Waiting for you.
Yeah. Hi, Dr. Maxim. What are your thoughts on continuous application of bonding modeling liquid in between restoration build cups? Yeah.
I'm not a big fan to use something between layers of composite, to be honest, because every single layer of liquid, like a modeling resin, may affect the color. By the way, if it's too much, it may affect the color. It makes the color of composite a little bit more transparent, and also, it's there is a box of sand you have. Okay, it's strong, and then you add water there. What will happen? Water dissolves the sand, okay? It becomes a mess. So if you use a lot of liquid in between layers or during modeling, this liquid will go inside composite. So basically, it will change the aspect ratio between filler and matrix, okay? So it's not a good idea. But actually, if you use it in a really simple, thin way, it's not a big problem. But again, why do you need to use it between layers of composite?
Maybe because of the composite's not good for handling. Maybe.
You can use it as the final, during the final thing when you do final layer. It's not a problem. But when you use it between layers, it's not a good idea. I think so, from mechanical point of view.
Okay. So would you like to talk about oxygen inhibition layer?
Yeah, this is the only topic that we would like to talk about. Talk about the oxygen inhibited layer. It's always there. It's always there. When you light cure, it's always there. But if you do a final light curing and you decide to remove rubber dam, okay, and then you can remove this oxygen inhibited layer in 3 ways. The first way, you can use glycerin gel and light cure through. Then you can use ethanol, okay, just to wipe it. Or you can use some abrasive thing like a paste with a pumice, okay, or soda from air spray, or you can just polish it out with your instruments. It's difficult to polish inside the fissures, by the way. It's impossible to take it out from the thin fissures. It's impossible. But with a brush, actually, I'm using a glycerin gel. I just put glycerin gel, light cure through, and that's it.
Okay.
What you?
So.
Yeah, look, we can ask Pep, we can give a small shot of vodka.
Vodka?
Okay? Like,
yeah.
And
so I don't like to drink, brother.
Me too, by the way. I don't.
I love milk.
Okay, so I'm saying to patients, because ethanol dissolves the oxygen inhibited layer.
Okay. So another question. Can you tell us the way you check occlusion with antagonist technique you mentioned?
I don't use this technique. I don't, because I don't do big restorations. I don't. If I would do big restoration, I can use antagonists. So one more time. For example, if you restore upper jaw, okay, a lot of fillings and big ones, you take impression from the lower, partial impression, then you fill this impression with temporary material like Luxatemp or ProTemp.
Yeah.
You let it set, then you take your material out and you have antagonists. So when you do upper, antagonists, and then you check.
Yeah.
Before light curing. You have to do it before light curing, because since material is soft, you put antagonist and you can see depression in your uncured composite, so you can remove some excess of composite.
So, okay, how I can join your academy? Yeah.
This is very good question. My lovely one. Favorite one, by the way. So,
because
you go
your
to
academy is very nice.
You go to en. en.belograd.com.
Wait. I will put it on the comment.
Mano, покажи. I will show you now. There.
Wait. En dot Belograd.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
our webpage,
nice.
and you can see here hands-on courses, and also we have
Yeah.
online courses here.
Ah, online course. Yeah, I know. You
Yeah,
have it.
and these ones also.
It's very informative.
You
Very
have to come
nice.
here, Gria. You have to
Ah,
come to our this. You will be my guest. You will be
okay,
my
okay,
guest.
okay.
Come, come.
Okay, okay. I will.
Choose the
After
program.
Corona.
Choose. You may have a lot of tips about composites, preparations,
Yeah, I love
veneers,
you.
endodontic treatments, everything.
Oh, nice. I don't like endodontic treatment before I'm using microscope. Okay, after I'm using microscope, I love it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
some people upset because they register to our academy, but the situation with coronavirus. Yeah,
yeah.
unfortunately, we have
So
a lot of people registered. Actually, we are running our courses every week, but now we stop because of international people cannot come to Ukraine because of the
yeah.
borders lockdown. So we pray that everything will be okay.
Until when?
Nobody knows. They promised us
Same.
to remove quarantine at the end of April, our government, but now they say it will
Mm.
be prolonged until the middle of May, but nobody knows.
Can you show us your microscope, please?
Show your microscope.
Mine? You?
Yeah, they ask us both because we are doing both, not only me.
Yeah, see? My microscope, CJ Optic from
Nice.
Germany.
Nice one.
So this is the handle for smartphone.
Good,
So
huh?
you can change the disconnector into the smartphone or the digital camera, which one? But mostly my case, I record it with my digital camera, Sony.
With the digital. Okay, nice. I have the same. I have this one phone here,
Oh, zoom
adapter,
max. No,
and
okay,
we have
nice.
the digital camera here. Actually, is there because we are going
Oh.
to film some webinar. That's why the camera is here, and I'll be sitting here soon. But we have a 3D camera. Here we have one more, see in there, and it will
Oh,
be
nice.
projected to the big screen like a 3D. It's a 3D camera.
So a lot of screen there. So
a lot of
the
screen. Yeah, like we are
participants,
like
it will be a lot, learn a lot. Yeah.
I can sell it.
Clearly.
If I will stop doing dentistry, I can sell my screens.
Don't do that, brother. Don't do that. You're doing good job.
Thank you. You too. You too.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
too.
So what else? What is this? Can you explain tips about adhesive? I believe what you want to know about it too. Thank you. But I already saw your live conversation with Dr. Pascal Magnin.
Yeah.
It's so
So
amazing.
clear. My friends, I think
Yeah.
next week, Саня, ну включи YouTube. Next week, I will do a video, like a webinar, free webinar about IDS, because I will do highlights
Okay.
of our discussion with Pascal Mania with the protocol, and it will be on our YouTube channel. So let me just show you again.
Okay, show us.
So here our
Belograd
YouTube.
Academy.
You still can see here a conversation with Pascal Manier. Here is dental
So
talk with Pascal Manier here.
Nice.
But soon, I think next week we will have their a webinar about highlights, practical tips about DSD. About idea.
So you have a good content. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, everything. So you are so talented, brother. Nice.
I'm crazy.
I cannot manage all of my social media because I only use Instagram, YouTube, but not so intensive. Only Instagram.
We use a lot. We cannot use
Nice,
Instagram as efficiently as YouTube for big videos. And on our YouTube, we have a
Yeah.
lot of webinars, a lot. So it's easier to keep this content on YouTube than on Instagram.
Okay. What else? Yeah, I a lot of question in here. I cannot choose one by one. How I can go away from How I can go away from sensitive by my patient during restoration, post-op sensitivity.
Yeah. So first,
Adhesive protocol, right?
At first, you have to follow adhesive protocol. Isolation, all the steps of adhesive protocol, all steps of adhesive protocol precisely. And then you have to do this adaptation test. When you do layering, you have to do adaptation test all the time. Otherwise, well, you know what happens?
Yeah.
Let me show you. Let me show this, because it's important to show, not just to tell.
Okay.
For example,
yeah,
we are going to layer our composite. Okay, so we put our composite to the tooth.
Yeah.
The very first layer, let's say we put it like this.
Okay.
It's not bonded. That's why.
yeah.
It runs away. Okay, let's put it here. Put it here. So we put the layer of composite. Okay, we make some sculpturing or whatever, and then if I will try to take this composite out, see what happens. The whole layer of composite can be detached. That means it's not adapted properly. That's why you have to pack it, massage, everything, like crazy. It takes time. And then trying to take this composite out, see what happens? There is deformation.
It will stick.
It is deformation. It sticks already here.
Yes.
So that is adaptation test.
Nice.
The problem is if you will not do this, you know what may happen. So you put composite and it is not adapted. It is not sticked already to the tooth. And then you cure. And due to shrinkage, it will be detached from the wall or from the floor. And when patient bites, it's like an electroshock because dentinal liquid goes up and down. So it's like a percolation of dentinal liquid. This is one of the reasons also why it can have postoperative sensitivity.
Okay. Nice. So, Dr. Maxim, do you the same polishing instrument, the same for anterior?
Yes. We discussed that. I use the same.
Okay.
We are brothers with Gria. Look, I'm almost like Gria. Let me do like this. See, we look like each other now.
Yeah.
We're brothers, so we use the same instruments.
Yeah. So can you talk about Omnichroma, only one shade guide? Do you know Omnichroma from Tokuyama?
Yeah, there is not only Omnichroma from Takuyama. There is, for example, from Dentsply, they have ceramics mono or ceramics sphere tech. There is one bulk one from 3M, bulk one, which is not transparent. You can use this one shade technique. You can, but my personal preference, I'm not pretending that I'm right or whatever, but it's my own choice. If I will use these simplified materials that are declared to have less shrinkage, I will use them as the one layer and then I split. Okay, so in this case, I decrease C factor.
Okay.
But I'm not using Omnichroma. I have no experience with that.
Yeah, I know. Same. Me too. Do you prefer GIC glass ionomer liner for flowable?
No, I'm not using glass ionomer cements anymore. No.
Okay. So if you have a pulp exposed,
if I have pulp exposed, what I do with the pulp exposure, it depends. It's a difficult question, by the way. It depends when it was exposed because of the caries removal or during preparation. Young patient, adult patient, patient from my country, patient from another country or whatever. So let's say if the patient is from my area, from my city, and I expose pulp during preparation or during caries excavation, I do restoration. I do not do endodontic treatment. I do restoration, but I give instruction to my patient that it might be a pulpitis or whatever. In this case, I will do endodontic treatments. But if I have patient from another country, for example, and I understand that I cannot have this patient immediately if he will or she will have a flare-up, I will do endodontic treatment in this case. If I do caries excavation, because potentially I understand that it might be infected already, the pulp. Okay, but in most of the cases, I have a statistics from my own. From let's say from 100 cases with pulp exposed with non-endodontic treatment, I have about maybe one patient with or two with a flare-up. And the reason of the flare-up was because we missed irreversible pulpitis. We missed irreversible pulpitis.
Nice question. Nice experience. So how long you been a dentist?
I graduated 2004, and since 2004 I started.
I came into dentistry 2004, and I graduated 2011.
Do you want to see my dental lab?
Yes, surely.
I will show you a dental lab. If he is here, my dental technician.
Yeah.
Ты тут? Мы тебе в гости с Инстаграмом идем. Улыбайся.
Yeah.
My dental technician makes magic.
Aye. Wow.
See, here we have
very good, very nice.
Articulations.
House.
Yeah, we have everything here. Microscope also.
Very
Look.
nice,
What kind of microscope?
Yeah. Oh my God. Very, very precisely. Yeah. I will turn on the comments. So nice. Very nice. Very nice.
Reception desk. Let me. A virtual tour.
Oh. So
when you will come,
when
you will come, we will put your picture here.
Okay.
These are our participants. See, from different countries.
Oh my God!
When you will come, we will put your picture here, or here in the front desk, here at the very front desk. There, you will select which one, which place to put.
It's up to you, brother. It's up to you. Okay. Okay, nice to be live with you, brother. So
same for me.
Yeah, so I'm so happy.
Me too.
Say hi to all my followers, our followers.
Yeah.
You made it.
Hello to your family. Thank you guys for joining us
you too,
for these live sessions. Keep in touch, be strong, and may the dental force be with you.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Maxim. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.